WWE has ruined Survivor Series. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down why I think it is time that Triple H and company decide to hit the reset button on Survivor Series. Coming into this show, I was concerned. I had voiced my concerns about the Survivor Series event, the theme, the direction, where WWE could go. And I think the 2025 event has shown all of us that it is time that WWE stop repeating the same mistake over and over. And it is time to hit the reset button on Survivor Series. Now, you got to give WWE credit for giving out a lackluster product, for giving us the bare minimum. As one person, and I wish I saved this tweet, as someone pointed out, Survivor Series and WWE premium live events these days are simply an infomercial featuring wrestling because there's so many ads, there's so much downtime in between matches, there's so much sponsorship around the ring. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I 100% agree with that sentiment and that statement. As I was watching Survivor Series, it was there. It was there. Look, if you are someone that follows both WWE and AEW, just a few weeks ago, we got Blood and Guts, which was absolutely over the top, barbaric, and violent. Too much violence. But when it comes to WWE, it's much more tame. Now, sure, in the men's Survivor Series WarGames match, we got blood. Yay. We almost saw Braun Breaker break his neck. And I guess if there's some weird, twisted individuals out there that like to see people get injured, well, you had that as well. I saw a lot of people complaining about, well, this event didn't have enough twists and turns. And I would disagree with that. You had the Morden return, you had the Mystery Man angle at the end. But if you remove those two elements, this was a ho-hum show. Cena versus Dom was fine. Valkyrie versus Bella was bad. The women's War Games match was boring. And the men's War Games, well, you were just waiting for three big spots, essentially, right? I think when it comes to Survivor Series, which has always been one of the more lamer shows, in my opinion, you go back to the traditional Big Four. It's always been the latter. You go to today's age with Money in the Bank, and you have the Big Five. Well, Survivor Series is clearly behind Mania and Royal Rumble and SummerSlam and Money in the Bank. And I think it's because WWE has seen that, well, we don't know what to do with this show, right? For the longest time, it was traditional Survivor Series elimination matches with the good guys versus the bad guys. And then they got bored of that. And so WWE's like, well, we'll do brand supremacy as if we actually give a crap with Raw versus SmackDown. And that got drawn out. And so WWE's like, you know what? Let's do War Games. And just like WWE does, they water down everything because they like to have tentpole events. Okay, every January, we're going to have the Royal Rumble. All right, back in the day, every February, it's going to be Elimination Chamber. All right, every October, it's going to be Hell in a Cell. And now we've gotten that spot. We've gotten to that spot with War Games where, well, it's November. Well, it's Survivor Series. Let's bring out War Games. And if we do one for the men, well, of course we have to do one for the women, even though maybe the women's War Games match doesn't necessarily need it. The storyline is not there. I think it's important to note when we talk about gimmick matches, whether it's traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, or it's War Games, or it's Money in the Bank. Outside of the Royal Rumble, you only do gimmick matches when a program suits it. You don't just book a gimmick match because you need it, and then you will try to fit the story within it. You have a story that is driven to that point where there is a group of individuals. One side is a team, the other side is another. And they have such bad blood that they must fight. And they have to do so in a structure in which no one can escape and anything goes. A la War Games. It's brutal. It's barbaric. That's what you want. That's what you need out of War Games. Not just another gimmick match. I think that's where WWE has ruined Survivor Series. I think it's time that we look at the state of Survivor Series, that we look and say, you know what, this is not working like it once was. Let's hit the reset button. And I think WWE needs to do that, and they need to do it quickly.